Welcome once again back to the lab. It is your old Professor Pilk, and of course, we have to talk about the incoming raids, plural. That's right, raids, plural. So Sunday night, we found out that Pikachu's going to be rerunning this week, and actually is running until the 25th, so you have a bunch of time to get a 7-star Pikachu if that happens to be your thing, or you didn't get him last time. We've done this raid before. We talked about it prior. Of course, per usual, I'll dump a bunch of mon on you this weekend that you could use in the raid. It's really not going to be that big of a deal, especially if you can take his item away. So here's the deal. Let's go over and talk about Pikachu, and then we'll talk about the new units. So 7-star Pikachu over here, and I apologize, I'm kind of in the middle of the screen a little bit because I want to talk about the other screen. But main thing is, per usual, he's level 100. Ability is going to be Lightning Rod. He is going to have a Light Ball, which basically doubles his stats. Technically, a Light Ball makes a Pikachu stronger than a Raichu. Not that's a huge threat, but it is what it is. He will be a Water Terra type. So take that whatever value you want to give that. Moves will be Thunder, Surf, Play Rough, Iron Tail, and will additionally have Rain Dance. So there's a lot going to unpack there, but really this was not, at least that I recollect, a very difficult opponent. And most of the stuff he does here, so it says here, and that's all unfortunately behind me here, but shield activation is at 99%, or 99% time remaining, 90% HP or time remaining. So basically he does it like instantly. That was the one big kind of pain with him, is that it was kind of hard to buff and terrestrialize. Pikachu uses Rain Dance at 99% as well. 98% he uses Surf, so basically right out of the gate, all these things just happen. Reduces Terra Orb charge at 80%, so you need to get your terrestrialization off pretty quickly. Or spend the time buffing and then Terra. Pikachu stats reset at 80% time remaining as well. Reduce Terra Orb charge at 65% time remaining. If you're not terrestrialized by that point, you probably won't be. And finally, Pikachu stats reset at 65% HP remaining. So, and I want to emphasize too, that last Terra Orb charge and the stat reset, the Terra Orb charge is at time remaining, the stat reset is at HP remaining. That's the only one that really is like hugely different. The 99% stuff just happens when you come into battle. So basically right after the battle starts, as soon as it initiates, he's going to do just like, he's going to hit you with the shield activation, the Rain Dance, almost instantly the Surf. I don't think you'll have much time to do anything until, with the Surf activates. Then the Terra Orb Theft and the stat resets at 80%. If I'm honest, I think your best bet, because the way this works, is to try to get your terrestrialization before that 80% and then buff after that. Because if you buff much before the stat reset, it becomes null and void. So there's ways around this, and we'll talk about it once again after this event drops this weekend. Now, that is what's coming this week. This we all knew on Sunday night. I was just a little late getting the video to you. But today, it looks like they've info dumped a bunch of new raids on top of us. They're on this side of me, not on this side of me. So, July the 26th, immediately after Pikachu, we're getting Dodonzo. The first 7-star raid that is not a starter, I think, aside from you. Aside from you and Pikachu, arguably with Pokemon Yellow. Doesn't matter. Aside from you, Mewtwo and Pikachu, Dodonzo was the first non-starter Mon. So that's pretty nice. 53rd Terra Raid event offers a challenging 7-star boss. The raid boss is Dodonzo with a Water Terra type and the Mightiest Mark. So the big thing about the Mightiest Mark, what's really great about these, is if you're trying to, for whatever reason, if you haven't and you're trying to breed a competitive Mon, the 7-star Mon always have perfect IVs. Any Mon with the Mightiest Mark is going to have perfect IVs. So that makes breeding these guys exceptionally, I say easy, but easier. Now, most people that are trying to go super competitive have probably already done this. I mean, we've had the game for almost 2 years now. So take that at whatever value you want to give it. But that is an option. That is a thing. After that ends on August the 8th, on the 9th, we pick up with a rerun of Gimmighoul. Now, Gimmighoul's not a 7-star challenge. However, here's the big caveat to this. Gimmighoul's raids will the 5-star raids will have the ability to be shiny. That is going to be a nightmare to locate. But here's the thing about this. There will be people running these raids, and we will see if we can find a few and maybe host a few in the Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, link is always down below. Make sure you guys subscribe as well. But join the Discord. We'll talk about it. And we'll see if we can get a few raids hosted and see what we can do about that. But that is coming on the 9th of August. So you have basically a whole month to prepare for that. I'll be honest with you guys. Shiny Gimmighoul and Shiny Goldengo, I have them. They're very lackluster. It's almost impossible to tell the difference. But it is one of those really rare mon. And so far, it's only available through this. And this will be only the second time that it's become available. So if you want to get those, what I did is I found a bunch of raids that were hosted. I got 2 of the Gimmighouls, and I just leveled one up into Goldengo. Now that was that. Finally, the third, well, technically the fourth, if you're including Pikachu here, will kick off on the 23rd of August to the 1st of September, and that is finally another 7-star non-starter, and that is Dragonite with a normal Terra, which is going to be interesting. So you have a bunch of raids coming up that are all really interesting and really neat. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Now, I'm not sure if the other mon that they're showing, because they showed Adonzo with these little guys, and then they show obviously Gimmighoul with them, and then Dragonite with Beldum of all things, and Sligo and Tyranitar. Larvitar. So maybe those will be running too as side raids. A lot of times when we run a 7-star raid, we also get the 5-star raid along with it, and it's usually Blissey. So these might actually run as separate raids, or unless they're recommending them as mon, but I kind of doubt it. Well, even if the way they run them as raids, usually they are recommended mon anyway. But nevertheless, that'll be really interesting. That'll be really neat. Another maybe potential way to get some of these more interesting Pokemon. So, lots to come. We got to talk about all these when they drop. Obviously, I'm still working on the full Living Shiny box. If you didn't see the video on that, it dropped Gen 3 last week. I was really hoping to drop 4th Gen on the 4th of July, but I'm still not quite ready to drop that video, so we'll drop that here soon. We'll get 4th, 5th, and I think 6th Gen, and then we'll go back and do 1 and 2. It'll be a lot of fun. So if you want to stay tuned for all that, make sure you guys like, comment, share. We're going to be doing some shiny hunting on some of those other games coming up here really soon as well. Make sure you guys stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys on the next Pokemon of any game video.